Hello and welcome to Mastered. Today I'm gonna teach you how to fade an LED using Arduino. We will cover analog write command and if statement in Arduino IDE. So let's begin the tutorial. Now let's open our Arduino IDE, which we learned how to download in the previous video. Firstly, we must initialize our variables. Let's start with LED pin, which in this case must be PWM pin. I mentioned that in a previous video. So let's choose one of the PWM pins, for example 9. So integer LED equals 9. This corresponds to the 9th pin of the Arduino. The reason why we use PWM pins is that these pins are specifically connected to use built-in timer to generate the square wave. And we need that option to regulate the brightness of the LED in the fade project. Okay, so the next variable is brightness, which must equal 0 in order to give our LED 0 brightness from the beginning. We need the third variable as well. Let's say fade points. We need fade points to manipulate the change in brightness of LED. Let's choose the default amount of fading. Let it be 3. Our initialization process is done. Now move on to the void setup function. Here we have to define our LED pin as an output using pin mode command. Void setup is ready to go. Now we want to write the actual commands we want the program to loop. We want to assign brightness to LED pin. So, to do that, we use analog write command. Remember how we used digital write command in a previous video? It blinked LED, but to regulate the brightness using the brightness variable, which we initialized as a 0 earlier, we have to use analog write. Now we have to write an equation which tells the program how to increase and decrease brightness. This means that brightness will increase by fade points, which is 3, infinitely. After first loop it will be 3, then it will be 6, 9, 12, and so on. We cannot exceed 255, because that's the maximal capacity of brightness. Because Arduino can only generate maximum of 5 volts, which is equal to 255. And also, it cannot come below 0. So, we have to tell Arduino that brightness should be in the 0 to 255 threshold. There are multiple ways to do it, but now we will use if statement. If statement checks for a condition and executes the preceding statement or statements if the condition is true. Now, let's tell Arduino what we really need. So, if brightness is less than or equal to 0, or if brightness is more than or equal to 255, then change fade points to minus fade points. So, if brightness was increasing by 3, it will be decreasing by minus 3. Hence, it will slowly fade, but amount of brightness will not go below 0. Now, let's use a delay command with 50 milliseconds to encounter the fading process. That's the end of the code. That's all. Now we should upload it to our boards. The next step, of course, is electrical circuit. As you can see, we need to connect positive leg of our LED to Arduino's 9th PWM pin using a wire. Second leg of the LED must be connected to the 220 ohm resistor, and resistor second leg connects to Arduino's GND pin using a wire. Simple as that, our connections are done, and if everything went right, it should look like this. Experiment with the code. Change delay or fade points, add LEDs, and tell me how you did in comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. See you in the next video. Bye!